Okay, hello Team Ireland, welcome to your Manager's Conference. I'm coming to you from a very cold, wet and rainy Switzerland, so hopefully the weather down in Cork is a little bit better and you're all having a nice time at the conference. Paul just asked me to quickly go through the Spring-Summer 17 collection for you in leather goods, ladies and men's. So we're going to take a look at that. Before we do, I'd just like to say a very quick well done. I've been following the results of the accessories drive, and I followed very keenly since October. The results from both so far have been absolutely fantastic. I'd really encourage you guys to keep up the hard work and use this as a springboard to build on for future, but really impressive, so I think you should all give yourselves a pat on the back already. Okay, that's without further ado from my side, we're going to start looking at the collection. And the first two things that we're going to look at, the first two groups, you've both seen before. The first one, the Echo Sculptured, you've known for quite a while. We've had it in the collection since Autumn-Winter 14. However, the Ss17 is a little bit newer. You saw that actually last season with Autumn-Winter 16 for the first time. So, what are the new things in it? What are the new updates in the collection? We're going to go through it quite quickly. We're focusing on what we call the core package in our collection, so there are a few more styles than this, but this is really the essence of each of the groups distilled down into a couple of items. If I start with the sculptured, so the shoulder bag, you know already, and you've probably known for a little while. This season there's two kind of key updates. You'll see that the hardware gets a little bit shinier. Normally we've played with darker metals on the sculptured, but still a little bit dark but much shinier. And the other is what we call moonstone leather. So we've always used traditionally Echo Sun leather in this group, which is very thin and very light. This is the moonstone leather. It's still thin, it's still very flexible, but it's a little bit thicker, and I really encourage you to actually touch it and feel it. It feels that little bit more luxurious, and this goes with the hardware really nicely. So it's still the same group, it's just a bit of an update. It does give it a little bit of a different look and feel, slight bit more detail in the leather, but otherwise it's our tried, trusted, iconic sculptured shoulder bag. Additionally, we have some nice clutches or pouches. This is quite a trend at the moment, this kind of simplified clutch that you'll see. People kind of use them halfway, maybe between a wallet and a bag. What's quite nice with these is the construction on the bottom. You'll see here this is called a T construction, and it means that you can actually hold this very easily and grip it very well, even though it is very slim, very minimalistic and quite flat looking. In this we actually use a pebbled camellia leather, so a little bit different from the shoulder bag, and we use this as well in the Ss17 collection. So the Ss17 we talked about last time in our autumn-winter video. A little bit more formal than sculptured, probably the most formal or one of the most formal groups that we have in our range. Still though playing with the soft leathers because we wanted to touch and feel like an Echo bag, look like an Echo bag. The hardware is quite unique. All of our hardware this season is custom designed, so you won't see the same hardware on any other bags in any other brand. Very nice, very secure opening here. Keeps your bag very safe, but still gives it a totally unique look and feel to the bag. And on the colours we played as well with two different hardwares. The hardware of course is the metal, and when I say different, here we're talking about the colour. So for the lighter white and the pink, you will see quite a bright silver, and on the black you will see the light gold, which just adds a little bit of a pop. Gold isn't a colour that we've played a lot with in the past, but we're doing it a little bit more. And what's quite nice here, the only place you'll actually see the Echo logo is very discreet on the hardware itself. So still very minimalistic, but that a little bit more formal, a little bit more dressy than maybe you're used to with Echo bags. The Ss17 group has a lot of smaller bags, so we have the crossbody, the small crossbody, and we also have the pouches here as well. So these come with a long strap, or they can just be kept in the hand, put in another bag. This kind of mini bag trend, it's been around for a little bit, it's kind of sticking around for the time being. Okay, so the next group we're going to look at is the Echo Iola. Now the Iola you saw already in autumn winter, and for spring summer it's mostly colour updates. We introduced colours like the lemon and the gravel, so a little bit more bright, a little bit more pop-up, in contrast to the autumn winter, which was definitely darker with the teal and the dark cobalt as well. Again, like the Ss17, we play a little bit with the different coloured hardware depending on the colour of the leather. This just adds a little bit of variation, which is quite nice. And this group is quite important as well when it comes to small leather goods. We have our biggest range of small leather goods for ladies sits in this group, making it a really strong group for this time of year with gifting and Christmas coming up. One really important thing to note with this group is the leather. This is Echo soft X-grain leather. Now, what does that mean? Well, looks-wise, this bag looks like it has very hard, stiff leather, and the leather is quite scratch resistant, and this isn't leather that will change a lot. A lot of people like this kind of leather exactly for that. This bag is going to look the same in 5 years as it does today. Some brands that use that a lot are the likes of Michael Kors or Prada. Now, we don't want to be Michael Kors or Prada. We want to make our bags a little bit more Echo. So we have used this hard, stiff leather in the past. This is now an Echo leather, so it's much softer, much more malleable, and has a little bit more of a drape. This means that you get the look that some people like, you get the scratch-resistant nature, but you don't have this very hard, stiff leather. This leather is a bit more alive. Okay, and the second group that we're going to look at is the group that goes with our Drive program for November, December. The Drive program, of course, is the Soft 3 shoes. And you might be wondering, you can see here the bags are bright white. The shoes, of course, come in the grey, the bright yellow, the blue, the red. So why didn't we make them in bright blue, yellow and red? It's very important that these bags are able to sell not just with one window campaign. We want these to look good, merged in with the whole bag collection, or your collection generally. So because of that, we decided actually to focus on one of our favourite features with this shoe, which is this chunky retro outsole. It's quite bright white, it's quite eye-catching. So we wanted to complement this with the SP2 small doctor's bag and medium doctor's bag in the white. White is a big trend colour coming up. Don't be afraid of it. I know some people will ask, how do they keep that clean? You can use your Echo Repel or Echo waterproofing spray on it. Shape-wise, I know you've had a lot of interest already in the SP2 group. It's actually one of our best-selling groups this year already. We're getting a lot of extra orders on it, which is great. And the reason is, it's a very cool shape, but it's also a little bit unique. You don't see this shape in so many other brands out there, particularly not with this rope leather handle in the vegetable tan leather. So super cool, very Scandinavian, very minimalist. That takes us kind of up until our Christmas period with the Q4 ladies leather goods collection. For our core men's collection for Q4, we keep it quite simple. We focus on our best-selling styles. So our Foley laptop bag is consistently one of our best products, best performing products around the world. Great, I think, as a gifting item coming up towards Christmas. I know we used to sell a lot in that period. And otherwise we have our Gordon group. The Gordon is a little bit more sporty, a little bit more casual. Of course you can imagine a guy going to work with this as well, no problems there. And we focus on the 3 best-selling sizes and shapes. So we have the messenger bag, the crossbody and the small crossbody as well, bringing in a little bit of colour with the small crossbody in the grey. Okay, so we're going to move on to our Q1 collection. So Q1 is typically from February, March and April. And so these styles kind of tie in with the colour palette then that you see in the shoes. And some of them will be marketing articles again, together with those campaign shoes as well. One of these groups you've seen before, one of them you haven't. It's totally new. We'll start with the one that you've seen before. This is our SP group. So you know SP, it's been a very strong seller globally. Here, I think there's some really nice, really strong new colours and some new shapes as well. So again, this is our kind of core package, core collection. And here, if I start off, we have a slightly larger crossbody than we've had before in it. This is really nice just in terms of giving a lot of depth to the consumer if they want that. This is a bag that you can really fit an awful lot in. So we have this in black, it's the larger version, still with the nice SP details. And then additionally we have our smaller crossbody here as well. Now this is a really strong entry price point. What you'll find is that actually this was the bag that we had the most orders on for the entire spring-summer season. This was our best-selling product. A little bit different from the SP crossbody you've seen before, but a crossbody is always a very strong selling style. Colour-wise, we have the warm grey, we have the infinity colour. This is a very, very nice new colour in a very light kind of eggshell blue. And we again have the white here as well. So the white is a very strong colour throughout spring-summer. Very nice, very soft. The again camellia leather like the Ss17 group, and also quite nice. You have your little strap here at the bottom to hold that bag nice and secure if you want to hold it like that. Additionally, we have some nice small leather goods. The larger continental wallets are always our best selling shape in wallet, even though they're that little bit more expensive. We do sell actually more of those to the consumer. And this is, our kind of core of the SP group. What you'll see is in future, SP and SP2 will very often be merchandised in together, or they'll form kind of one group together. Now, onto the new. This is a totally new group called the Echo Jilin, and this replaces the Echo Handa, which we had in for 2-3 seasons, and before that the Echo Barra, which we had for a long, long time and was consistently our best-selling product. So we wanted to make this a little bit more young, a little bit edgier, but still kind of capture that commerciality that was in the Barra group, but bring it to a new level. So you will see different designs, different shapes than you saw in the past. You'll also see some similarities as well. One of the key differences is we use a different leather. This is the Skydiver leather, and the Skydiver leather is a natural pebble, and it really works very well with stronger colours. So as you can see here, the very bright sulphur colour really pops out in this leather and it looks really, really good. And you'll see differences going through the pebble as well. That's because it's natural. So every single one of these bags will be unique, and that's a nice thing to be able to say to a customer as well. Their bag is not going to look like any other bag in the world. Even though this is a small bag, it does fit quite a lot. That's one of the really nice things about it. Features the adjustable straps as well on the leather crossbody. We also have a slightly larger crossbody here as well, and this is actually taking over not from a style in the Barra, but from a style we previously had called the Nanjing. So the Nanjing we had for a long time, and it was the small bag that could fit the kitchen sink. You have a lot of space in here, so you already have a back pocket and then an extra 2 separated pockets here as well. So this is really a bag that can expand, that can fit a lot. So maybe you've 2 different customers here. You have the customer that likes a little bit less in their bag, and the customer that wants to carry half the house with them as well. So again, the colours here, they're a little bit like the Iola colour scheme. We see the kind of wild dove or the gravel colours, the black, and the lemon in the Iola, the sulphur here in the Jilin. Quite bright. It really fits in with the trend at the moment of these brighter colours, these stronger colours. It looks really, really good in your store. What you'll see is in this group we use the brighter colours mostly on the smaller items, so in the small crossbody like this, in some of our wallets as well, because we know that the more commercial colour is always going to be things like black, so that's where we can play with the higher price points there. We're more likely to sell black in a higher price bag, but we can use this to really attract our customer in and get that customer that likes a more spontaneous buy. Okay, and for men's Q1 we have our E-Day 3.0 and a totally new group called the E-Day L. What does the L stand for? You probably guessed, it stands for leather. So the E-Day 3.0 is a continuation of the E-Day program. It's a major upgrade in terms of the hardware, in terms of the material. It looks and it feels a lot more premium than the previous E-Day groups. So we know this is very commercial in the textile, very hard wearing, very long lasting, and quite cool as well. We wanted to also continue with the success of the E-Day program in our new men's casual group. So this is the E-Day L. The E-Day L takes a lot of inspiration from some of the kind of biker trends that you see at the moment. You can see this in the kind of more heavy hardware and a little bit brighter hardware. The leather that we use is the San Diego leather. So again, like the Jilin was, it's a natural pebble, making it that little bit more unique Again, super cool styling, but very practical as well. So the bag looks and feels very luxurious. Again, you have the custom made hardware here. One of my favorite features, I always lose my keys, I always lose my wallet somewhere in my bag. This is a really handy slash pocket here at the back. It's perfect for when you're standing outside your door in the rain and trying to find out where you left your keys. Never lose them again. So we have the messenger bag, and we have a crossbody as well in two colours, the black and the mud. We also include some small leather goods in this group. Small leather goods are a very important category and one that we need to do better with as well. We have two very cool wallets here, and we wanted to focus on the kind of travel segment with these. So they're very thin, very slim, with a lot of card space and a zipper as well for coins. And in the larger version, you have a lot of card space, you have a zipper, and you also have a slash pocket here, which is perfect for a boarding pass. So this is a really good travel wallet, and it's not super bulky. It doesn't take up a huge amount of space in your jacket pocket or in your bag. Okay, and last but not least, I just want to show you the two marketing articles that go with the Drive program, which is the Cool 2.0, so a big campaign in February and March. It goes across men's and ladies, of course. So for ladies, we keep our medium SB2 doctor's bag in white, so that you saw already with the Soft 3. And we also have our SP backpack as well in the white. So a really strong package again. Again, it plays on that thick white sole, looks very cool together. And again, don't be afraid of white. It is a really commercial colour for spring summer this season. Finally, with the men's, we have our Ide L medium backpack. So this is a really nice style that you can wear, of course, in the hand or also on the shoulder or on both shoulders. Very cool here in the mud, and we also have it in black this season. And this is one of the coolest items, I think, in our collection for spring summer. Goes really nicely together with the Cool 2.0, but also a lot of the very cool sneakers that we just have in our collection. Okay, that is not quite the full collection, but the core collection for spring summer in our leather goods. I hope it's been helpful, I hope it's been informative, and I hope you have a very nice Managers Conference and a great spring summer season. Thanks very much.